Spa Virgin Presents Tips and Tricks for a Better You. I'm Jacki Etcheveste, owner of Golden Youth Spa and Pilates, and today I'd like to introduce my model, Kathy Thunberg, who is a certified massage therapist and is a member of our family here at Golden Youth Spa and Pilates. So, I want to ask all you ladies out there, what could possibly be one of the worst things that could happen to us as we hit our middle years? I think we all know the answer: hair loss. So whether you're younger, whether you're older, hair loss is never a good thing. And as hard as it is for men to have to go through hair loss, it's far worse for women, since women are so much identified with their hair, and women are deemed attractive based on having a full, beautiful, thick head of hair. So when the hair starts to go, we oftentimes lose our identity and feel not so attractive or youthful. And there are a lot of products out there that do grow hair back, but even if your hair does grow back, oftentimes, which is mostly the case, the hair never comes back to its original state of thickness. And so sometimes, even though you may not have actual bald spots anymore, you'll have some thinning areas, and they never get thicker, and they show, and the scalp shows, and so that's usually very disconcerting to most women. So what I want to do today is give you a tip, which is really actually a trick, because it's a smoke and mirrors illusion of giving you the appearance of having a fuller, thicker head of hair and covering up the scalp so that when people are looking at you, they can't see through your hair and see the scalp, which actually does very much improve the appearance of the person and of their hair. So what do we need to do this? First and foremost, you're going to have to find an eyeshadow that is as close to the root color as you can find, and you don't want to spend a lot of money on this. You want, the less expensive that you can find, because you're going to go through a lot of product, particularly if you wash your hair every day. So cheap is good, but make sure it's opaque. I just want to say, do not get frosted or shimmery colored eyeshadows unless you're really going to be doing something really special, and that's going to be a little freaky. So we're going to try to stick to a flat color that's really opaque, and you can buy those at any drugstore. The next thing you're going to need is a brush about this size. We use these a lot for contouring, whether we're contouring under our brow or on our cheeks, so you don't want it to be very large. No matter how large the spot is, you want it to stay about this size. You also will need a brush that's a smaller brush, a little bit stiff but not too stiff, and you want to be able to get into the corners to be able to make a part. So one of the things that happens when your hair thins is that our part becomes wide, so now we want to create a fake part in essence, so make it a thin part, which is the way a part normally looks when we have a full head of thick hair. And the final thing you're going to need is a brush like this with a long skinny handle, and you'll see the reason why as we go along with the procedures. So basically, eyeshadow, these two size brushes, and a hairbrush with a long thin handle. So this technique that I'm showing you today is exactly the same technique that a hairstylist would use when actually doing real color on your hair. So this is going to explain why we have to have the long handle on the brush. So the first thing you want to do is you want to look at the spot, which is up here. Okay, so you need to lift the hair so you can get to the actual spot. So I've taken my color, which is as close as I can find to her root color, and I'm going to try to fill in the larger area right here. And then I'm going to pick up another piece. I'm just going to go along right here and just fill in her scalp. So now I'm going to pretend like, okay, she actually had her hair parted, but I'm not really sure that she did. So we're going to come in here first, okay, kind of fill in the base. And then I'm going to take the same color, and I'm going to just kind of come in here and just fill in underneath here, and I will lift the hair again. that. And then you do the same thing on the other side. So you're creating this illusion of a very narrow part. And now where the brush comes in, because you want it to go through the hair because the color gloms onto the hair and it gives the hair a thicker look. Plus, you know, it's kind of hard to not get it kind of thick in some areas and thinner in others. So then you want to be able to comb it through to make it look more natural and even and blended. So you're going to make sure you've got the whole area that you're working on, whatever that area is. And then you're going to finish making your little part, if you have a part. Now some of you may not have a part, so you don't even need to worry about this part, but if you do, and then you want to just make sure you've got it kind of comb through. Don't comb through too much because you want to take the color out. And as you can see, because the scalp has been colored and there's color in the hair, it has taken away from that pink look of her scalp, and now it becomes less noticeable because it's a color that's complementary to her own hair color at the roots. So now it just becomes an illusion, and she doesn't have any more hair. It's not thicker really, it just looks thicker, and it just looks like she has much more hair in that area. So as you can see, by just filling in the scalp, coloring it, and putting a little of the color on the hair, it gives the illusion of a fuller, thicker head of hair, and you can't see the scalp. So now that in turn makes your hair look not thinning at all. And so when people are looking at you, you don't have to worry that they're looking through your hair and can see your scalp, which gives a woman more confidence if she knows that that's not noticeable. And by giving you a fuller looking head of hair, you know, it makes you look more attractive. If we feel that we look more attractive, we feel better about ourselves. So, thinning hair no longer really needs to be a problem. A little eyeshadow, a couple of brushes, and maybe 10 minutes a day, if you wash your hair every day, can alleviate all of the angst that goes with thinning hair. So, I hope this trick will help all of you women that are suffering from thinning hair. And I want to thank all of you for joining us today at Spa Virgin Presents Tips and Tricks for a Better You.